This is Jared Horak for today's RacingDigest.com, and my Today's Racing Digest video series continues Saturday, February 9th, 2019. We're going to look at some stakes races from Tampa Bay Downs. It's Sam F. Davis Stakes Day from Tampa Bay Downs. We're going to look at 3 stakes races, and I'm going to give my value win contenders for each of those races. Let's start with the 8th race from Tampa Bay Downs, the Grade 3 Tampa Bay Stakes. They're going to be traveling a mile and a 16th on the turf course. Some of the horses to look at in here, obviously Heart to Heart is your morning line favorite at 9-5. I don't trust him. I mean, if he can get out in front and control the pace, he's certainly capable of winning a race like this. But he's 8 years old now. He's not always reliable breaking out of the gate. Sometimes he breaks slow, like he did last time. He didn't make the early lead at Gulfstream last time. He ended up finishing a good third in that race. But I think he's lost a step now. He hasn't been as effective. He's lost his last 4 starts. As I said, he's 8 years old now. He probably needs the lead, and he could get it, but there's no guarantee. Irish Straight, number 5, is capable of going out there. He exits a front-running victory at Tampa Bay Downs, so he's one that could show speed and mess up Heart to Heart in the early going. Divisadero, number 3, is another one to look at. He's 4-1. He always tries hard. He's going to need some luck rallying from off the pace. He did draw a better post position for this race. I think number 4, Curbound, is actually going to be the one to beat. He's your second choice at 3-1 morning line. He ran well in all 3 of his starts in the U.S. on turf, and he won the Bernard Baruch at Saratoga at a mile and a 16th. That's the same distance as this race, and he should be heard from late. But I'm going to go with number 2, Inspector Lindley, 5-1 morning line as my top choice. Now, he won this stakes race in 2017 at Tampa Bay, and he's another one that will try to get involved late. Jose Ortiz is going to ride. He needs some pace help. He certainly needs some racing luck as well. I like that inner draw. He doesn't have to come from absolutely nowhere. And he didn't get any pace help or racing luck out when he was marooned out in post 13 in the Fort Lauderdale last time out at Gulfstream. But he's more than capable of winning a race like this on his best day, and I think he's ready to fire a big shot. Let's jump over to the 9th race from Tampa Bay, the Suncoast Stakes, a mile and 40 yards for 3-year-old fillies. This is a Kentucky Oaks 2019 points race. Some of the horses that are going to take money. Number 9, Sweet Diane, 3-1 morning line, probably going to be your favorite. Ran well in all 3 races, earned decent numbers in all 3 races. It's going to stalk the pace from the outside post, and it does bother me that in a 1-turn mile last time, she had a clear lead and she couldn't hold on. Now she's got to run further here. Outside post, wide stalking trip. I think someone else could beat her. Number 4, Lady Kate, could be one of those that beats her. She's 6-1 morning line. They paid $485,000 for her. She won her debut in a sprint race at Gulfstream Park. Now she's stretching out. She's bred to go this far. But the question is she ready to run a 2-turn stakes race with just 1 sprint start under her belt? Number 7, Point of Honor. This one, easy winner in the debut at Gulfstream Park, but that was over a route of ground. But there wasn't much pace in that race that was originally scheduled for the turf. So now the pace is going to be quicker this time. Is she going to be able to keep up? Javier Castellano is going to ride her. But I'm going to go with number 1, Her Royal Highness, for trainer Graham Motion. 8-1 morning line. She's run 3 times, 2 victories. The only time she lost to Silver Bullet Day Stakes winner Needs Supervision. So her only loss was to a decent filly. She drew well. She's one that she does project a ground-saving stalking trip in here, so everything's going the right way for her. She did earn an improved 84 fire number, 95 CPR, and a 117 final rating at a mile and a 16th at Laurel on January 6th. So that was a nice effort. The fire number for today's Racing Digest, speed throughout a race, the CPR, comprehensive performance rating, which takes into account pace, final time, and closing fraction. She's improving, good post. Nice odds. Let's jump over to the 11th race from Tampa Bay. That's the big one for this card. The Grade 3 Sam F. Davis Stakes, a mile and a 16th on the main track. Your morning line favorites, number 3, Knicks Go. I've never been a huge fan of this horse. He ended up 70-1 upset in the Breeders' Futurity when he went wire to wire and controlled the pace. Then he was 40-1 when he finished second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Last time probably didn't handle the sloppy track in the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes. But he's popped with, odds were huge. He's run huge races, but he's going to be the favorite in here. There's other speed. First start off of a layoff. I'm going to try to beat him in this race. Some others to look at. Number 10, Still Dreaming at 15-1 is interesting, coming in from Maryland for Graham Motion. Wish he drew a better post, but he did improve second time out, breaking his maiden at Laurel, and he's bred to go this far. Number 1, Counteroffer, should save all the ground, should get some pace help. He's 12-1. Number 4, Cave Run, stretches out in his 3rd lifetime start. Showed nice ability on a wet track in his debut. And I got this race down to 2 horses. Number 8, So Alive, was one that I considered my top choice, but I ended up making him my second choice. He's 5-1 morning line. He stretched out to 2 turns last time out on a fast track for the first time at Tampa Bay, adding blinkers. He looked good winning that one for trainer Todd Pletcher. And he's drilled a bullet workout for this, and Javier Castellano is going to ride, and he's going to get pace help, and he looks like a solid threat. He probably will be bet down a bit just because his trainer is Todd Pletcher, and his horses typically take money, especially in stakes races. I'm going to go with number 6, Kentucky Wildcat, 9-2 morning line. He's made nice progress in all 3 of his starts, and all 3 of those starts were in New York. He broke his maiden in a 1-mile race last time out at Aqueduct on December 1st. 3 runners from that race were next out winners, and he also earned an improved 101 fire number, a 157 CPR, 149 final rating, and he closed his last fraction in 31 seconds. So he can finish up. If he can handle this 2-turn distance off of a layoff, he's interesting. He's lightly raced. He comes out of a productive race. He earns a nice route pedigree. He's got the right running style with this fast pace expected. So Kentucky Wildcat will be my top choice. So let's recap my 3 top choices in the Tampa Bay Stakes. Race 8, I'm going with Inspector Lindley. And Inspector Lindley has earned triple-digit fire numbers in 5 of his last 10 starts. I'm going with number 1, Her Royal Highness in Tampa Bay Race 9, the Suncoast Stakes. Good post, lightly raced filly, back-to-back victories. And then number 11, Tampa Bay Race 11, I'm going with number 6, Kentucky Wildcat, as my top choice in that one. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, make some comments in the comment section. Who do you like in these stakes races on the Sam F. Davis Stakes Day at Tampa Bay? If you want the Tampa Bay Digest for February 9th, 2019, you can find that at todaysracingdigest.com. Just the basic sheets that give you the speed figures, past performances, etc. It's only $2, so you can get that at todaysracingdigest.com. You can read my Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks blogs each and every week at todaysracingdigest.com. That will wrap up this week's video. I'll be back next week with another stakes race from around the country.